Whether it's Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, or Hulu, some of the best movies of 2026 are available to watch right now on streaming. From gripping crime thrillers and epic sci-fi adventures to heartfelt dramas and pulse-pounding action, these are the 2026 films that deserve a spot on your watch list. Let's start with Netflix, because as the biggest streaming platform, it's no surprise they have several movies on this list. One of their best this year was the survival thriller Apex. It follows a grieving adventurer whose solo trip through the Australian wilderness turns into a fight for survival when she becomes the target of a ruthless killer. You're planning a game. Is that what you think we're doing? You guessed right. Apex is a high-speed thriller that feels like a mix between the movie Deliverance and The Most Dangerous Game. It's all about a predator chasing down his prey against the backdrop of the deadly Australian environment. Taron Egerton actually makes for a great psycho, and this movie does a good job of keeping a fast pace and changing things up to keep it interesting. If you're down for a fun, fast-paced survival thriller, Apex is definitely worth adding to your queue. Next up, I have a Prime Video buddy cop movie that stars Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa. It's called The Wrecking Crew, and it's about estranged half-brothers who reunite after their father's mysterious death in order to investigate what really happened. The Wrecking Crew isn't a masterpiece by any means, but it is an old-school buddy action movie in the same lane as Lethal Weapon or Beverly Hills Cop. It takes place in a beautiful Hawaiian setting, giving it a fresh, tropical vibe, and it's pretty funny as well. I always enjoy Dave Bautista. I think he's hilarious, and both he and Jason Momoa play well off each other. The Wrecking Crew isn't anything we haven't seen before, but if you like old-school buddy cop flicks, I think it's worth checking out. Then, if pure popcorn action flicks are your thing, a pretty entertaining one hit Netflix this year called War Machine. It's about special ops recruits who are on a training exercise when a massive extraterrestrial killing machine comes after them. Retreat! War Machine is a turn your brain off and enjoy the ride type of movie. It's not trying to be serious in any way, and instead is all about over-the-top action, stunning visuals, and a never-quit spirit. It's kind of a throwback to 90s-style action movies like Predator and Starship Troopers. It's got the same one-liners and big explosive scale. If you want a movie that makes your floorboards shake and lets you watch Alan Ritchson go toe-to-toe with a robot, War Machine is a clear winner for 2026 so far. But if you're looking for something to watch with the whole family, Prime dropped a pretty fun mystery comedy this year. It's called The Sheep Detectives, and it follows a flock of sheep who set out to solve the mystery surrounding the death of their beloved shepherd. The Sheep Detectives is a family-friendly mystery that's in the same lane as movies like Babe and Paddington. It's the type of movie that can be enjoyed by both adults and children, never talking down to its audience. It's a charming and surprisingly touching movie that's a solid choice to throw on for family time. Next up is one of the biggest crime thrillers to come out in 2026. It's called Crime 101, and it follows a veteran LA detective who becomes obsessed with tracking down a master jewel thief. Crime 101 is a cat-and-mouse crime thriller that's very comparable to the movie Heat. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as that, but it does feature an outstanding cast led by Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, and Barry Keoghan. I really wanted to love Crime 101. I'm a huge fan of gritty crime thrillers, but this never quite hit that top gear for me. Still, it definitely has its moments. It's smart, it feels like a classic heist movie, and has some great bursts of action. If you enjoy intense crime movies, then there's a chance you will really enjoy Crime 101. If you're enjoying the list so far, don't forget to subscribe to Crisp Cinema. Every week I covered the best movies worth your time, whether they're hidden gems, brand new releases, or the biggest streaming hits. Next up, we have another Netflix film. It's the heartfelt drama Remarkably Bright Creatures, which is based on the best-selling book about a grieving woman who forms an unlikely bond with an intelligent octopus. This is a very uplifting movie that also has touches of humor and mystery. It's really about grief, loneliness, and the unexpected connections that can change your life. It stars an always solid Sally Field and is one of those movies that is meant to leave you with a smile on your face. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. If you enjoy feel-good dramas, Remarkably Bright Creatures is an easy recommendation. Another better-than-expected 2026 movie was the survival horror thriller Send Help. You can find it on Hulu and Disney Plus. It's about a woman who gets stranded on a desert island with her obnoxious boss, where things quickly turn into a battle of wills. Let's not forget I'm your boss. You work for me. We're not in the office anymore, Bradley.
Send Help is a Sam Raimi movie, the director known for the Evil Dead franchise and the original Spider-Man trilogy. So that definitely gives you a hint as to what type of tone this movie has. It's quite fun and always surprising. It's a very untypical survival movie, which was pretty refreshing because you never really knew where it was going to go next. It's mean, funny, and quite gross, all things we've come to expect from Sam Raimi. Rachel McAdam and Dylan O'Brien were both great as these near nemeses, and it was pretty satisfying all the way to the end. So if you're down for a movie that's both twisted and twisty, Send Help is a really solid choice. Another grounded and gritty crime thriller to come out in 2026 was the Netflix flick The Rip. It follows a team of Miami cops who discover millions in cash inside a stash house, causing trust to start breaking down fast. The Rip is one of those movies where you have no idea who's good guy and who's bad. On the surface, it looks like a familiar cops and cartel money movie, but once the money shows up, things get very cutthroat. It's a lot darker and a lot more intense than you might expect. And this is the kind of movie you throw on when you want a hard crime thriller, where greed, pressure, and distrust keep making everything worse. The Rib is a great movie with a classic cinema feel and is easily one of the best flicks to drop on Netflix in 2026. One of the biggest event movies to drop on Netflix this year was the period drama Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. It brings back the style, danger, and sharp character drama that made the show such a big hit in the first place. The Immortal Man takes place during World War II, where we find Tommy Shelby now older and more reclusive, but he's pulled back into the fray when new threats force him to reckon with his past. The Immortal Man does a good job of not feeling like just an extra long episode of the show. It actually feels worth the movie length, featuring a top-of-his-game Cillian Murphy, some epic World War II visuals, and an entertaining story. The downside is you probably need to have seen the series first in order to truly enjoy this, but if you have finished the 6 seasons, Peaky Blinders The Immortal Man is a solid watch. And by far, one of the best movies you'll find on streaming in 2026 is Amazon's big-budget sci-fi Project Hail Mary. It's about a lone science teacher who awakens aboard a spaceship with no memory of how he got there, but quickly realizes he's the last hope to save Earth. Project Hail Mary was written by Andy Weir, who also wrote The Martian, and it shares a similar vibe. It's very much a hard sci-fi, but it never feels intimidating. It perfectly balances suspense, humor, and heart. It stars an always solid Ryan Gosling, who encounters one of the most memorable sci-fi characters in years, someone I won't spoil if you haven't seen it yet. Project Hail Mary is a smart science fiction movie that's optimistic, character-driven, and packed with big ideas, making it easily one of the year's must-watch movies. You can find Project Hail Mary on Prime Video. What were your favorite streaming movies of 2026 so far? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.